Welcome to our It's Electra series.
In this series, we're going to share with you gear based on and inspired by the Electra distortion circuit.
Join us on this journey where we get the most tone out of the least circuit. Today we're taking a look at some modules that were not part of the original dozen, the original 12. We have a plethora of modules that were sent to us by Steve Higdon, who has been really instrumental in this series. And the Beard's going to break down, I'm pointing over here because there's some in here, there's two in here. Right. There's a lot of them scattered about.
Right. So, and before we do,
yes,
if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. It's really helping us grow the channel and helping us bring all this cool stuff that we've been bringing. So we appreciate that. So with that, let's jump into it. Steve Higdon. This series, It's Electra wouldn't exist without Steve. Steve was one of the first people I talked to that really kind of opened up the rabbit hole and like sent us in the right directions, and then was kind enough to be like, hey, I have a whole bunch of those modules. I'll send them to you. And just because I have the notes that he sent me. The phaser we did, the power overdriver, the MP5, the MP9 octave box, and the MP12 compressor. Those four that are in the series that we've done so far were all sent by Steve. Along with all kinds of input and questions being answered and everything else along the way. So thanks again, Steve, for all your help with this. We really do appreciate it. So he has, I think, 4 here we're going to jump into tonight that are kind of aftermarket. You know, some are made into, they took like the original board and stuff and scraped everything off, I guess, and made these. So in the guitar now, there's 2 modules. The first module on the guitar, actually the second module on the guitar, is the 80L analog delay. And Steve said, I'm just going to read what he said. I made this by tucking a pre-built Mod Boards DL1 analog delay from guitarfetish.com onto an empty circuit board. The MPC controls the delay time, but at longer delay times, you hear quite a bit of noise in the repeats. There's a trem pot accessible through a hole in the plastic box, but I honestly don't remember if it's feedback or blend. You're welcome to experiment, and we're not, because it sounds good. It sounds good where it is.
Yeah, when somebody sends us something that they might have tweaked to their preference, and it's a pot like this that you can't exactly see what you're doing, no bueno. We just want to give it back in the way it was.
And it sounds good.
It does.
Like he has it in a good spot, so like why would we mess with it? Do you want to just jump into that real quick and give them a hint?
So we have the MPC guitar through the Tyler. This is my clean tone. As clean as we can get this guitar. That's just the reverb in the amp. So this is going to engage the delay. And I have it at 0, so it's going to be like slap back to longer. So I'm just going to... Some really bad playing there. But so you can see the range of it.
And you hear the noise. Like when you get on the longer repeats, you hear the noise. But this is, of all the modules, it's hard to say. Because some of them were really good. The envelope filter, the phaser, some of them we really liked. If I was going to... One of the things that jumps out about this guitar to me, like, wow, I could take this guitar and go play and not take anything.
Right.
This is one of the modules I'd want to have.
Right. Well, a delay and then one of the many drives, and we'll get to some of them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show my ignorance because we talked about somebody. What's in here? The drive?
The Oregon Overdrive.
Okay.
We haven't talked about that yet.
Right, but that's next.
Right. So the delay, I would love to have the delay in the guitar all the time, because, and that's perfect. It's a little
Yeah, and you can adjust it on the fly. Whoops, sorry.
Gets a little dirty, gets a little... Yeah, I like it.
It got really chorusy when you get about a third of the way up.
So in position number 1 is the Oregon Overdrive. So here's what Steve has to say. This is a unique circuit built into a power overdriver module, but there's nothing left of the original circuit. It's handmade and definitely a kludge. We brought that word up before. We had to look it up. But as I described in my email, it is a single transistor gain stage followed by a clipping diode or diode clipping stage. So it bears some topological similarity to the mythical Electra overdrive circuit. All right. Here, the MPC knob is output level. So
I'm going to turn the delay back off just for a minute. Real quick, clean. Engage. Oh, that's the tone. Sorry. Engage it. It gets gnarly in a good way.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin on it.
All right, I'm trying to. I think I gave you. Yeah, you'll figure it out.
So, actually, these two together, I think, like if I was going to keep the guitar and go gig or go, blues jam or something, and I didn't want to take anything. These two together, I think, are the two. We're going to put this at the end of the video. We're going to come back to Oregon and put it in Steve's box that he made because we want to see what that one sounds like when we take it and put it after the volume knob of the guitar. So keep in mind, all of these modules are pre-volume knob of the guitar. So it's almost like having two volume knobs with that output then. So let's see where we're at.
She wants to go.
She wants to go. You can hear it. Definitely. Played. I kind of felt like the volume knob and the output knob did the same thing.
I agree. It didn't,
make much difference.
It just got quieter.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we put it in the box. All right. So that was the Oregon Overdrive. That was the delay.
Mm-hmm.
Another box that he sent to us is the custom Fuzz Face. This is pretty much a direct copy of the basic negative ground Fuzz Face circuit. Pretty sure this one I made using a stripped power overdriver circuit board. It's most likely loaded with a matched pair of transistors from Small Bear, selected for use in the Fuzz Face circuit and biased accordingly. So we are going to...
This may be where some fast forwarding shows up on the editing.
Why would we do that? Pop out the organ. Pop in the Fuzz Face. I love that its original box is taped shut with labels put on too. I think Steve made these pre-3D printer days.
Yeah, when making one like this, right, would have been a challenge without a 3D printer, obviously, and
So you just repurpose.
you're recycling one, right? Right. Good for you.
All right, so Fuzz.
Good to see. And that's the same thing if you did the volume knob, it doesn't necessarily clean up. Is that true or not true? So that'll be an interesting one.
They both want to go.
That'd be an interesting one to put in the box to see what the volume knob on the guitar does.
Yeah, we could do that one
Because
too.
we've certainly been on a fuzz journey. We weren't really fuzz face guys. We had a fuzzy face, but knowing that the volume can clean up a lot on some of these, but not in this configuration, but maybe in the box.
Some real wankery playing again too.
Well, get ready, get ready, because I haven't played this module at all.
It's fun.
Yeah. You take your hands off of it, you better be ready for it to start screaming at you.
Just keep playing. Just keep playing. Just keep playing.
Exactly. That's the only reason I did that. I normally very sparingly on my notes.
Steve worked recording studio, and I think his thing with the electric guitar was this is like kind of one of those odd, fun things to have in the studio. To give options, right? So all these different boxes, that guitar I could see, just listening to that sound, I mean,
could be inspiring. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Do you want to move?
So yeah, we're gonna change.
You're gonna change that. I'm gonna go in the box with this one first.
Let's do these two first, and then we'll put that away and go to the box. Let's do Thorny in one and Power Overdrive.
And we don't care which order.
No.
Here's your fuzzy face. Oh my lordy, my old man back.
Just to make it easier for us to remember, we'll put Thorny in one.
All right, Thorny one.
And then Power Overdrive. All right, so the last box he sent us is the Thorny Overdrive. Let me read it to you real quick. A modification to the stock MP5 Power Overdriver module, which is this. So we're talking a transistor. right? It's just a boost. We said very similar to like an LPV1. Developed by, we're going to leave that out. Back from the old electric guitar form days, a simple modification essentially drives more signal into the stock circuit, giving it a bit more gain and a bit more hair. Just as in the stock module, the MPC knob controls the signal level going in the transistor gain stage. So, we'll say John showed it to him, showed him how to do it, and said don't share it. So we're going to leave it at that.
Who's blacked out behind a screen
right.
with his floor.
Right. We're not allowed to show you the circuit or how he did it. But what we figured we would do, since it's kind of like supposed to be a boost to the Power Overdriver, we'll put it in one, let you play the Thorny, and then switch to the original Power Overdriver to see. Like, go back and forth just to see if it gives it, because it should just, where the amp is and with these hot pickups, I think it's going to give it a little bit of dirt. It's going to boost it and give it a little bit of drive, but it'll be interesting to see. We haven't done this yet. We have no idea.
We have not.
So hopefully it turns out really cool, and if it doesn't, sorry, Steve.
And I thought I would tune after all that wankery, and I was right. So sorry for tuning while you were talking.
That's fine.
All right. My initial reaction is that the second one has a little more hair.
Now, is that position 1 or 2 in the back?
75 modules later, I got to look. This was one, I think, right?
Yeah. So is that the first switch or the second switch?
We're going to find out because I just popped it out. So that's the first switch that I just put on the floor. Oh my gosh, train wreck. So it's the first one.
And so the first switch is
Was
the
that
Thorny.
right? Right now I can't get it back in. This is really riveting.
Good television.
Here, I'm gonna let you do that. You've developed a knack.
Well, first of all,
You turn it off. Don't try this at home, kids.
so you're saying the first switch is the Thorny?
Yeah, I think that was the one that was disengaged. It's close.
What's the bridge pickup? Is it 3?
That's this one, right?
No,
Nope.
I think it's 3.
That one? All right. Maybe they're closer than I thought.
Pretty close.
They are very close. I feel like just a little bit brighter, maybe. But they are very close.
The original one, you think, is a little bit brighter. I don't know.
Well, you want to play? I'm sure you want to play.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, but
But he's going to.
yeah, I guess we are.
After that debacle. AJ.
So. like position 1's a little brighter though. When you were playing it, I felt like position 2 made it sound a little hotter or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I'm playing it, I feel like position 1, the Thorny, is a little maybe brighter.
Right. Well, I guess if we're having this much trouble delineating, it's really close.
It's close. It's close. So cool. All right, so that is his Thorny, Delay, Fuzz Face, Oregon. What we thought we would do before we end this is throw the Oregon and maybe the Fuzz in the box and both hit that real quick. We've been using like the PRS and the Strat.
Right.
And for once, I think Pat has his Strat.
I do.
So, here's the box Steve Higdon made that you can put cartridges in. Let's take the...
Are we done with these guys?
Yeah, we're done with this. So you can just leave them in there for me. I just put the Oregon in there. I'll go ahead and hit it quick. PRS McCarty. I'm really going to be checking. I'm going to turn the output the whole way up and then check the volume knob on the guitar, see if it cleans up.
It does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it acts like the Electra distortion circuit. Imagine that. Because it probably is. It's a kludge of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, did you get your clean tone?
Yes. I think this is a 2009 American Deluxe. Noiseless S1. I'm not going to engage S1. What we got? We got the tuna. Even on the Strat, which I'm not normally a roll the volume knob kind of guy, it sounded good.
Oh yeah.
Even at really low, I think I got it down almost to 2. And it still had signal.
And it's bright.
Yeah.
So it acts as that almost like treble bleed thing that we've been talking about. At the end there, I rolled that knob back, which pulls the volume back, but keeps the drive up. So kind of like the best of both worlds. And before we go, because Pat said it, throw the Fuzz Face in. We'll leave the volume cranked all the way up and then let you play your volume knob on the Strat. We'll do it with the PRS real quick before we get out of here, just to see.
Wankery.
It's up nice too.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the PRS. Just out of curiosity, somebody said on a recent video we had put on delay, and they're like, get rid of the delay and reverb, you guys are big boys, you can play without it. And I responded with sacrilege. Like, what? I mean, you can,
Right.
but why would you want to?
You can also drive around without air conditioning on too.
Yeah, you're big boys and girls.
Roll the window down.
Yeah, roll the window down. You can't hint or play that on a Paul Reed Smith.
Right.
We play around with fuzz so little, I think when we put it in, it becomes like kind of addicting to
Right.
keep reaching and pulling and messing up and just noodling and wankery. Hashtag wankery. It should be a shirt, probably.
Right.
Hashtag wankery. Although I wouldn't want to wear that in the public.
What?
Anything that?
No, they're interesting modules, both in the guitar and in the box. There's characteristics that are similar, and then there's different things you can do when it's pre or post volume pot.
Right. And the only thing the guitar is missing for me, I guess, is like some of the modules really make sense post volume. I almost wish there was a way to like it could use one more boat paddle switch on there to flip it between
right.
Pre-volume knob and post-volume knob. Because they do love that when you can roll back and they clean up like that. I mean, they're so versatile.
Or just build. We've talked about this before. And build 15 boxes.
Right. But I guess you could just build it into a pedal.
You could, but whatever.
Thanks again to Steve Higdon. And we probably should mention, there's been other people too. Jeffrey from Arfo Electronics, Arfo Electronics sent the Elmo, sent some stuff. Tommy sent some stuff. Yeah, This has been great. What a fun series, and we never could have sourced all this stuff without help from my friends.
We almost had to harvest the kidney, put it in the jar until all of the modules were returned, and then have it surgically put back in your body.
Right. So we're kind of finishing these up, and I feel really good about that because I want to get this stuff back to these guys. Right. So always take a minute just to thank everybody that has subscribed. Is clicking the notification bell, hitting like button, leaving comments anytime you interact with the show. It really helps us out. Definitely look at the website down below. Mm-hmm. Some of the pedals and stuff that have been going through the show that we can't keep around because we're trying to make room or get funds to get more. Right. Those are listed on the website along with all the series. If you want to see everything in one place, all that stuff is right there on the website. So I think with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear, even if you don't know what to do with it. Well, let's see. Okay. I don't know. Okay, like metal.